Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to start off maybe a little bit more personal than my usual videos, and it's probably because you've all been wondering where I've been for so long. And truth is, back in March 2021 I became unwell and I've been trying to get back to health since then. And then I've had COVID in between, we think, as well, and yeah, and then trials and just the usual sort of pandemic malaise got to me, and I completely lost my astro mojo. But good things come to those who wait, including me, and I went on an astro camp with friends and Luna, who is here. And it was probably one of the best things that, you know, for me, that I could have done to help regain that excitement for astronomy and astrophotography. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about that astro camp, what equipment I took, and I'm going to show you the images that I took. So thanks for returning to my channel to see me and Luna. She's loving all the footies right now. And hopefully, I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself to get videos out like every week or so, but I think I'm back, and hopefully I'm back for good. So yep, let's get into the video about the astro camp. So I'm part of a group on Facebook. It's a UK only based group called the UK Cloud Magnets, and I think it's called that because whenever somebody buys a bit of equipment in the UK, we tend to get cloud and rain, and I think that's where the name came from. But it's run by a gentleman called Mick, who's a very nice man, and he arranged for us all to go to a campsite in Ludlow. And I've never been to an astro camp before, and I was very, very nervous, but I've got my camper van. I'll show you a picture of that in a little while. And we thought, let's go on this astro camp. Now, weeks before, everyone was saying, oh, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take that, and I'm there getting more nervous, and because I've completely lost my astro mojo, and I was like, oh, not sure about this. So I decided just to take my Pentax camera, the AstroStace module, and I'll do a video on that at another point, and a selection of lenses, but the main one I used was this very, very vintage 50mm Pentax lens. And I did take my Star Adventurer as well, but I used it for a little while, and I've come to the conclusion that after just using my Pentax kit, I'm gonna sell the Star Adventurer. So I didn't really capture a lot of video while I was there, so this video will kind of be like a slideshow with me like telling you all about it, and with video interspersed and stuff. But I just really want to get across that this was good medicine for me, and yeah, hopefully it kind of inspires you to go out there and go to an astro camp as well. So here it is. You'll have to excuse Luna going absolutely mental in the background. Back in... Alright, savage. That's Luna and her planet. Anyway, back in August 2020, the astronome and I, we bought a camper van with the whole idea of going out to dark sites and stuff, but obviously COVID happened. Well, COVID was still happening, but it was kind of like the middle of a lockdown, like in between the lockdowns here in the UK. Anyway, the astro camp was, you know, the ideal testing. We had gone on like holidays before the astro camp, so we knew this van was going to be epic. But yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a sort of guided tour. Like, here's the seat, it pulls out into a bed. Got lots of lights that can be sort of, we turn them off and imaging. I've got a fridge, got astronomy lights here. We've got an emergency toilet. But yeah, it's just a sort of nice base, and as you can see, we have got an inverter. We've got 3 leisure batteries in the back that we can switch on an inverter to give us 240 volts mains power, and we've also got a 12 volt system, and we've got a diesel heater. Now this is what we used quite a bit on our Astro camp, and our friend Nikki came along with us, and we actually stuck an awning on the side of the van here. Ignore the bags of stuff because we've just taken that out to make it look good, but you've seen them anyway now. But yeah, we had an awning on the side. I'll put a picture in the group, sorry, in the video. And we put a little tent inside that awning for our friend Nikki, and she bought her kit too, and we had the best time, didn't we, Astronome? We did. And as you can see, Luna was very, very comfortable in the van. So I've just turned into the lane to get to the campsite, and you can see there's a Honda ahead of me that just turns off to a car park to the left, and then you can see the Formula 1 driver Astronome ahead of me, and I'm trying to catch her up, but she's absolutely like flooring it, or not, in the van. It doesn't actually go that quick because it's quite heavy. But this, as you'll notice, this road was quite twisty and quite turny. It was fine for me in my car, but Luna was in the van with Astronome, and I don't think she was feeling too wonderful at this point, because we got a nice, or not so nice, surprise as we got to the campsite. So yeah, we learnt a lesson. Maybe she should, if I take my car in future, maybe she should come in the car with me, in the boot of the car, so she doesn't have to put up with the Stig as she drives around the country lanes. I have sped the video up, by the way. She's not actually driving at like 80 mile an hour down a country lane, more like 30 to 40. So yeah, we're just approaching the site now, and just as we turn in here, this is where Luna absolutely projectile puked all over the inside of the van, which was absolutely wonderful. And right about now, I'm getting a phone call saying that Naomi can't breathe, and yeah, the dog's been a little bit unwell. But it's fine, we got here, and yeah, as soon as we got to the campsite, we sorted it out. It was fine. And this was our camp once it was set up. That's my car ahead, and actually my kit was portable, so it wasn't in the toilet tent. That was Nikki's. Luna got in Nikki's bed. The campsite was beautiful, and for the most part we were the only people on there. And of course, when you're camping with friends, you got to have a few bevs. Here they are, Astronome and Nikki. First night was cloudy, but we got to have a few good adventures. Luna was absolutely loving it. For the record, dogs weren't meant to be allowed at this camp, but Mick and Co kindly let us take her because it was firework night and it would have been pretty unfair to leave her at home. There's my kit. That was the extent of it. Oh, here's my best mate, Harry. Greatest cook at camp. And yeah, I did take my Star Adventure, but I wasn't that keen on it. And here we all are, trying to get Nikki up and running with her new camera, which is the Altair 269. And we had a quick break in the van as well. As I mentioned before, Luna was super happy in the van. She was absolutely fine. But the next day we got to have a walk around the local area, around the forest, and I managed to get to do some normal photography. And as you can see, the sky was clearing quite nicely by now. Yeah, we had a good walk around the forest. Luna loved it, and obviously we got to take some selfies when I'm not looking like an absolute dork. And that was the view from the farm sort of drive. And as you can see, it was a bit hazy, but it did start to clear. And then finally I managed to get a shot of the Milky Way that evening, and this was with the Pentax and AstroTracer only. You can see the North American Nebula there and the Pelican Nebula just about. And with my Star Adventurer and Pentax and my 300mm lens, I managed to get the Pleiades. And as the cloud rolled in, I thought it made a really good effect, but I managed to get most of the constellation of Orion, and you can see the nebula there as well. Okay, so that's the end of my short video on basically getting my Mojo back and the Astro Camp. Next time I go, I'll try and do a proper video. I just wanted to say thank you to the UK Cloud Magnets for arranging such an amazing Astro Camp in the beginning, for letting Luna come along when technically she wasn't really allowed to be there, and making me feel so welcome as well. I made a lot of new friends, and I met people that I'd spoken to online previously but never met in person, and I felt very comfortable there. And if you're thinking about going to an Astro Camp, I would thoroughly recommend it, even if you go to a smaller one like the one I did, because sometimes larger ones can be a bit intimidating. But yeah, there's nothing better to help you get your mojo back and to have a nice break from whatever's going on. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.